Relationships are hard. They are difficult. They are hard to overcome the difficulties and struggles, personal ones, professional ones. And it's basically symbiosis of two different people, of two different puzzles trying to make their life together. I think relationship itself represents both people trying to make something greater than themselves, some form of new form of life, not a baby, not a child, but some form of identity. You have these two identities, and then you try to make the third one, the relationship, the cohabitation, the symbiosis, the merging of two souls into something greater. As the code goes, 1 plus 1 is not 2, it's 11. It's basically those two same numbers, but making far greater number than they could accomplish by themselves. And I think that's a relationship. But what's the purpose? Should we just making each other's lives greater and more enjoyable, more happy? Is there some greater purpose? Something akin to God? Something spiritual, religious, or anything like that? Or is it just cohabitation? Is, for example, marriage, is it just a list of paper? I don't think it's that simple. For example, when we look at animals or even ourselves, it's much more complicated. The combination of two people is kind of magical when you look at it in a certain way. When you have two people who are very different from each other, who are trying to accomplish different tasks, different goals, but going in the same direction, and they help each other, they grow together, they build a life together, they have a baby together, they have a home together, they have everything together, they have something to share with this one person. And I think that's the magic, sharing. As the saying goes, sharing is caring. And I think the more you share with someone, the deeper the connection becomes. I don't think there's a single purpose to a relationship. I think there are many purposes, many meanings, like to the life itself. I think life has many meanings, and relationship, its purposes could be the sharing, creating some shared moments, some shared enjoyable events, then building life together. When you try to go alone in life without friends, without family, it's really, really lonely. And we are social creatures and we need someone to build something because there's probably nobody who can just build alone. And the growing aspect of psychological development to strive towards something greater than yourself, and you push each partner pushes the other one towards something better. Another purpose for me is also creating this sort of magic, this sort of mystery, this sort of what is it? Because when we look at relationship, it's really good when there's love in relationship. I think relationship and love are two separate things, but relationships where there is love, it's just magical. It's just when you look at poets, when you look at singers, and they are trying to say something for thousands of years, and there's this magic, this love, this thing, and we try to capture it in songs, in poetry, but we just cannot manage it. You can tell someone why you love them, that they are caring, that they are generous, that they are really great friends, really great partner, etc. Great, but you are not really touching the substance of love, I think. Another purpose is helping each other, to serve someone. I think we are here on this planet to help each other, to we as a humanity really grow and really improve when we help each other. Collaboration always beats competition. We can see today collaboration is everywhere. Even countries collaborate with each other, companies collaborate, friends collaborate. Everybody plays together and collaborates. And when you help your partner, when you serve your partner, when you try to make their life as best as it can be, I think it's one of the great purposes of life itself. Because when you realize that you are not the most important thing in your own life and you actually care about someone more than you care about yourself, it's really magical. Maybe more materialistic purpose of relationship could be the monetary gain or the materialistic aspect of having a home, having cars, or basically having decent life. I think that's an important factor too, because going alone in life, it's really expensive and really difficult, and we need to be realistic. And I don't think it's a coincidence that relationship evolved and even we found beautiful aspects in it, that it's practical, but it's also poetic. A question arises if a relationship without purpose can survive, and I don't think it really can. You have to have purpose in a relationship. You have to know why you are in that relationship. As Nietzsche said, a man who has a why can bear any how, and relationships are difficult. They're really difficult, and you have to work on them every single day because otherwise, it's not a relationship, it's cohabitation, it's not a relationship. Relationship needs to be built. There also needs to be spark. There needs to be love, which you cannot really control. And ev- everything like this makes relationship really difficult. And if you have difficulties in relationship, then just trust me, it's not really your fault. Maybe a little bit, but everybody has problems in relationship. Everybody has struggles. Everybody has fights. And you have to decide for yourself if the relationship is worth the candle, if it's purposeful, if it's, I don't want to say that it's beneficial for you, but it gives you more meaningful thing than just yourself. I think that's a good phrase, or how that's a good point how to phrase it. You realize that you are not the most important thing. I think that's why kids are so important, and why treating your partner as someone more important than you is better. You also don't, you also cannot forget about yourself. You have to first take care of yourself, and then you can take care of others. You cannot neglect yourself. But another purpose in relationship is that when you are down, when you are depressed, when you have really difficult time in your life, you can allow yourself to be a burden. And I think it's really great part of relationship. You can be a burden. You can be someone who's taken care of. You can just exhale, focus on yourself, and let the other partner, let the other person take care of the things which you cannot take care control of yourself. And I think it's also amazing seeing it this way. Allow yourself to be a burden because life is difficult, but it's much easier when there's two of you to handle life. And just on the end note, I just want to mention that another purpose of being in a relationship is experience joy, experience happiness, experience the colors of life. When you're in love, the life is more colorful, it's more joyful, it's more enjoyable. It's the oranges taste sweeter, the apples are more red. It's amazing. It's amazing. So build relationship, build love, and don't forget that without purpose, no relationship can stand because even life cannot stand without a purpose. See you soon, guys.